Ed here with the Digital Digest, and today I wanted to share a quick unboxing and first look at the HP Spectre X360 14t. Now this is exciting because the 14t is actually a brand new addition to the Spectre lineup. It offers a 13.5-inch 3000 by 2000 resolution AMOLED display with a 3:2 aspect ratio. So if you've been waiting for a 3:2 aspect ratio in a 2-in-1 from HP, the day has finally arrived. Now this has been on the market for a little bit, but I just received mine from HP for review purposes. We've got an 1165 G7, that is Intel's Core i7, 11th gen, of course, Tiger Lake processor under the hood, 16 gigs of RAM. We also have a 1 terabyte NVMe drive. Pen input, of course, is supported. This is a 2-in-1 after all. And battery life should be interesting on this. I mean, everything about Tiger Lake is promising in terms of overall performance, both in terms of the CPU as well as the integrated Intel GPU performance, because we don't have a dedicated GPU with this machine, but Intel's Tiger Lake does, in my opinion, offer, not just my opinion, but it offers the best integrated GPU performance we've ever seen on any generation of Intel processor. So first thing is the included carry case, and then we've got the machine itself. And packaging, as usual, from HP on these machines is top-notch. They're protected, they look good. This is the Poseidon Blue color. I figured we'll change things up a little bit. This way, those of you who are curious what the blue looks like compared to the natural silver or the black color, you're gonna see today. And some of you I know are in love with the blue color. I actually prefer the silver pretty much because I want my machine, I'm not interested in something flashy, but you know, HP doesn't charge a lot to customize the color, so keep that in mind. You're looking at a whopping $10. I will include a link in the description of the exact build that we have here. I believe this is a custom configuration, but you can, of course, pick these up from big box retailers like Best Buy, and that's where they have been on the market for a while, and that's why I've been waiting to get my hands on one. So this should also include a revised version of HP's Tilt pen, which by all accounts is an interesting brand new addition. This machine, I will tell you, interestingly enough, is the first Spectre I've seen to come in an actual sleeve. Usually they're just covered in plastic, so that's interesting already, but that may have something to do with the custom config and the blue color. So the first thing I can tell you is I really like the form factor. Now, the 3:2 aspect ratio is what this machine is really all about, because of course all the other internal specifications you can find on any machine pretty much that HP has in the Spectre lineup, but we're going to see how well this performs overall. In terms of other things before I get to the machine, of course, some paperwork, and then our power brick and pen. Let's take a look at what we've got here. So it comes with HP's standard 65-watt brick, and it's going to be interesting to see what battery life is like and how quickly it charges. And then here is that new Tilt pen, which I've covered already, but it's just a nice new design, I have to say. It charges via Type-C, 2 included pen tips right there. To get to the charging port, you just slide the top of the pen up, and really it does promise the, I would hope, better performance than the previous generation, and it is included for free. 2 buttons right there. A little bit of plastic on this that I'll pull off, and we'll come back to that. So I'm a fan that they ditched the batteries needed with the previous generation. But let's take a look at this little machine. And I do say little because it is. I mean, the 13T, which is my go-to, and you can see they're already showing you the pen can magnetically attach on the left side of the machine, so that's good to know. Haven't gotten that warning, or not warning, but notification on any of their machines so far. This is really all about those of you who've been seeking out a 3:2 aspect ratio because, you know, Microsoft, of course, makes their machines like this. I'm not even getting this in frame. It's so tall. And now, for those of you that are looking for more information on screen rather than a wider display, you've got it. And you didn't have to give up the AMOLED display. I like the blue finish. Really big touchpad, substantially larger than even what you'll find on the 15T or, of course, the 13T. So this is an interesting new offer. And the speaker deck is integrated here in a way that signals to me the audio performance is going to be superior on this machine than the 13T, even though, of course, it's branded with the same B&O, that's Bang & Olufsen, sound system. IR Windows Hello compatible camera with dual mic array up there in the nearly bezel-less build. Let's go ahead and power this thing on. Am I going to the wrong side, or is the power button in a new place? Interesting. So the power button is not on the edge. Here I went thinking that it was. The power button is on the keyboard deck. So this is another design change for HP. Let's quickly, while it boots up, since it's the first boot go around the machine. So we've got micro SD card slot right there, which is one of the reasons I still think HP is on point, one of the many. No dedicated kill cam switch like you'll find on the 13T or 15T, so another interesting design change-up. I believe 2 Thunderbolt 4 ports right there, a headphone microphone jack, and then on the other side of the machine, display already looks great, a Type A USB port, and that is it.
Cortana, I'm here to help.
Let's go ahead and silence Cortana and take a look at this thing, because
there,
it is unique. So another thing that, well, no, they still have it. So dedicated mute button for both the speakers as well as the microphone. That's something that I really do love about HP machines, specifically the Spectre lineup. I can already tell you from the audio just from Cortana that it sounds like an improvement over the 13T, and I'm not surprised. As soon as I saw the design change, I knew we were dealing with a completely different beast. Keyboard, though, overall looks pretty much exactly the same as what you'll find on essentially all the Spectre machines outside of having the numerical keypad. Fingerprint scanner is right here on the actual keyboard. So this is really, for all intents and purposes, a brand new build from the ground up, not just because of the display, but also the actual body of the machine, where all of the internals are going. So I'm really interested and excited to see how this performs because, again, it's a new product category in a way, just because of the aspect ratio of this display. And I don't believe that there is another 3x2, 13.5-inch AMOLED on the market. So kudos to HP for not just doing what the competition does, but taking it up a notch. Because when you look at Microsoft machines, you know, they make some great hardware, but very limited. And one of the places where Microsoft has not stepped up is display quality. They have not given us a single device yet with an AMOLED display, even though if we go back to the Microsoft Zune, which was 100 years ago, not literally, we had an AMOLED. So once upon a time, you know, Microsoft was concerned about giving you bleeding edge tech, and, you know, AMOLEDs are not bleeding edge anymore. So I'm not sure why more manufacturers are not incorporating AMOLEDs into laptops. They should. They've been on smartphones for a very long time. It's been many years. I mean, we're going back probably about 8 years now. AMOLEDs have been available on phones, so it makes sense to see OLEDs on laptops as well. Now, something to be aware of, burn-in is possible. I don't think it will happen. I've happily used my HP Spectre 13T without any issues. I use an AMOLED display, an LG TV, as my primary monitor. I have had burn-in, though, on LG OLED TVs in the past, so I'm not going to pretend it's not possible. I'm assuming this is a Samsung panel, just like the one in the 13T, but I don't know that for sure. But overall, quality on this machine is top-notch. I like the blue color. When I say quality, I mean build quality. Everything feels solid. Form factor is nice, and if you're looking, again, for that 3x2 aspect ratio, you finally have an option from HP, and I would say arguably a better option in every way than anything you're going to find from Microsoft, because you're getting an AMOLED. Now, do I wish this was a 4K display? Sure, but the reason it's 3000 by 2000 resolution is that 3x2 aspect ratio. And then the pen, as you saw on the actual sleeve, they're saying it locks in on the side, and that is exactly where I guess you're going to want to put it. No movement at all, so that's really nice, and it's really actually a lot tighter than I thought, so that's impressive. I did in one of my other unboxings drop it on the back. You do not want to put it there. Here it's not even, the magnets aren't even pulling it, but every time you open the machine it'll pop the pen off, so don't do that. This seems to be a good spot. For those of you that are wondering whether or not you can one-hand this, not really. I mean, you can open it up, but once you get midway, you're going to have to grab the deck. The nice thing is that the pen is staying in place. And when it comes to the keyboard, pretty much the same experience from what I'm feeling right now as what we have with the 13T and 15T, which in my opinion is some best-in-class keyboard performance. It's just the best that at least I've been using. Lenovo does also a fantastic job, but my personal favorite is still in the Spectre lineup. Really like the overall feel, the key travel distance, how springy it is, and overall design, again, I think is best in class. Kill switch is now there, by the way, so not here. And it doesn't look like it pulls power. It looks like it covers it, because I am seeing, well, maybe it does pull the power. Take a look at that. It's interesting. Take a look at the camera and you'll see as I hit that, it essentially looks like, I mean, it's supposed to kill the power to it, and I'm hearing a click, a physical click when I hit it, but it looks like it's actually covering it. So interesting. Either way, this is a brand new offering, brand new category for HP, and it puts every other manufacturer on the block essentially on notice that you may have had some time alone, but now there's a new offering that I'm not going to say might outperform, because in all likelihood it will kill the competition because of the display quality. Granted, I haven't gotten through even getting to the home screen, but a 3000 by 2000 res AMOLED, I already know color accuracy is going to be there. It's going to be more vivid. Brightness is probably around 400 nits. That's what pretty much all of HP's AMOLED panels are. And this is a really nice machine. Exciting. Happy to finally share it with all of you, because it's something that, you know, has been, as I mentioned through this video, available at Best Buy for a while. So I kept saying to my contact at HP, come on, I want to get this in time for the holidays. I don't want to be, you know, 2 months after people were able to pick it up at Best Buy, which I could have done, but I try not to buy product for review. Those of you that follow my channel know that, you know, when I buy something that I want and I don't have contacts with a company, of course I'm buying it and sharing it with all of you, because that's how this channel began. It was about sharing what I thought was the best tech on the market based on my own personal opinion, and that's the way I try to keep it today. Of course, the audience is broader than it was 9 years ago, and so as a result, I cover more things. And in this case, personally, I prefer 16:9 aspect ratio because I'm a content creator. You're watching a YouTube video on my channel, but that doesn't mean that I can't see the utility of the 3:2 aspect ratio. I mean, there are a lot of things where it's going to serve you better, and this is still an incredibly thin, incredibly lightweight machine that should offer very good battery life. So I'm excited to test it out. I will be updating all of you on its capability. Remember, it is a 2-in-1, so inking will be coming with this as well. It'll be the first time that we'll be doing an inking demo here on an AMOLED, again, 3:2, 13.5-inch display. Bumpers are still here for those of you that are wondering, so that when you take it into the different orientations, it'll be protected. So if you're in content consumption mode like this, you don't have to worry that the keyboard is going to get scratched up. The actual hinges are pretty tight, just like on all of the Spectre models. So interesting, and very unique that it's got that tremendous touchpad. The trackpad is a lot larger than what you'll find on its Spectre 2-in-1 siblings. Any questions or comments, please feel free to post them. Hit that like button, and as usual, please feel free to subscribe, and please stay safe. Later.